Guys, how are you? Day off today, busy morning, gym, eating, that's it, not that busy at all. So today we go quickly run through what I've been doing over the last week. Big session last night at the range, which I really enjoyed. Also played about with the boys at the American Golf store there as well, which again, I'll show you a few clips later. We're just basically talking about eating, where my current weight is at the moment, how I'm gonna get stronger, how I'm gonna bulk up and get bigger, how I'm gonna get faster. I'm no expert in this area, so please feel free to give me advice below, especially on the nutritional side. What I should be eating, how often I should be eating. I feel like I should be eating 3,500 to 4,000 calories. I think I'm roughly about 85 kilos at the moment, but I haven't weighed myself in a long time, so that's why I'm going to shop to get batteries. I need to drop these off because I buy and sell secondhand clubs in the winter. As a golf coach, obviously, in England, you finish coaching at 4 because it's pitch black. So it's just keep me busy. I quite like it. I've got quite a good eye for that kind of stuff, and yeah. So we're going to drop those off, go and get some essentials just for the week in terms of eating. I'll show you what my lunches are at the moment, so please feel free to critique that as well. If you're new to the channel, welcome. And yeah, this is my series to long drive, gaining speed. I feel like I've made good strides, but it doesn't necessarily show it in the numbers. Probably week 3 now we've been in the gym, training, super speed sets, all that kind of stuff, but it definitely could be better. And I think possibly I'm being a bit too impatient in terms of trying to see results, but we'll look at my swing in a bit. But otherwise, jobs, back here, talking, let's go. The one thing that you will realise about me is that I hate driving if necessary. So I love living in town. Me and Mary have lived in Newbury now for like 3 years, and I just love walking. It's so inefficient. This round trip could probably take me all of about 20 minutes. It's now going to take me an hour, but I hate driving if necessary. I think it's obviously to do with golf. I love walking anyway, so it's a good job. I do my job, but I look like an idiot carrying these massive 3 boxes around the corner. So we'll do a time lapse of where I'm walking to. Okay, awesome, all done. I won't bore you with the shop. Let's get back to the flat and talk about golf. Okay, back in the flat, and now we're gonna be talking a bit about this. Now, can I just state, all nutritional advice here forth is definitely not professional or expert, and if anything, I need your guys' help. Anyway, so let's set up the camera, let's talk about swing, weight, diet, and everything else like that. Let's talk food. As I say, I'm no expert, and please leave a comment below down of advice, videos I should watch, everything else. And this is my theory. I'm going on my A-level PE here more than anything, and the stuff that Jack, my personal trainer, towards the end of before my wedding, obviously helped me with. Now, when it comes to food, I need to up it, I feel. How I do that, not too sure. I'm basically doing what I probably advise all my lessons never to do. When they come to a lesson, or I saw something on YouTube, or I saw something in Golf Monthly, my first reaction is go, oh dear God, what are you doing? So I'm basically the fitness nutrition side of that. This is what I've seen on YouTube, this is what I've read about. So protein, 1 in the morning, 1 in the evening, just your normal impact whey protein with water, creatine before workout, and I'll probably do creatine for a 2-week cycle and then stop, and then leave it a week and then do that again. In terms of snacks, I'm just basically experimenting. I have no idea. Protein bars, nuts, like edamame beans, all that kind of stuff. Basically when I'm hungry, to again try and up the fat intake, up the calorie intake. I feel like my calorie intake needs to be a lot higher than it is because I want to get bigger. I want to also keep flexible, but if you look at the majority of long drive guys, they are units. That's where I want to be. I think I'm at about 85 kilos at the moment. I'm feeling good. I've been in the gym for 3-4 weeks again. Bearing in mind, I've gone to the gym since I was 16, but on and off. For the last 4 years with my PGA, playing, work, wedding, honeymoon slash, it's always been intermittent with my gym. So this is from now on, gym 5 to 6 times a week for the next foreseeable future to achieve this goal. So I'm going to be learning an incredible amount. I like to be watching this video in 2 years' time and going, Simon, what are you doing? But yeah, this is all a journey, all experience, and anything you guys can help me, then please let me know. Morning Weetabix slash like scrambled egg on toast, that kind of idea. I'll show you my lunch quickly now, which is basically what I make up the night before or 2 nights before, so I'll show you that now. So that is my lunch, relatively clean to be fair. It's just easy. I'm not that fussy when it comes to eating, and I'll probably get bored of it, so I'll probably have to mix it up in terms of lunches, but it's easy for me to whack that in the microwave. So it's basically turkey, rice, and broccoli, white rice there. I think the night before I couldn't wait an hour for brown rice. Why does brown rice take 5 hours to cook? I have no idea. But again, mixing up with brown rice and white rice. And yeah, I think I just need steady ways of increasing my calorie intake. I don't necessarily just want to eat junk all the time, but at the same time, that is a part of it. But at the same time, I want just a normal basis and then where I can reach out from there. So as I say, 85 kilos, want to get up to about 95 kilos, 10 kilos heavier with muscle. In terms of max lifts, that's something I want to talk about. Maybe do a video on as well to see my progress. Squats. These are all normally 3 sets of 6 to 8 reps. Yeah. Squats, 100 kilos at the moment. Chest, 60 to 70 kilos. Pull-ups, probably about 2 proper pull-up. Back rows, for example, that's probably about 60 kilos with the bar standing. I think that's the majority of the power lifts, or where I am in terms of lifting at the moment. I feel incredibly weak compared to where I was. My max squats normally been about 140 kilos, but again, never really pushed it that hard. So that's going to be important. Core, everything else, that's what I'm really trying to focus on. And yeah, and then wrist exercises. Let me quickly show you wrist exercises. Wrist exercises, which I think is incredibly important and I've never done. And when we talk about my golf swing in a minute, this is what I think is really letting me down. So let me just quickly reenact my wrist exercises. It's incredibly interesting. Okay, so obviously that's all with weight and that's normally on the cables, and I've been doing that for, I did my 2nd session today when I was doing my chest, and this is the reason why I think the wrist exercises are so important. It's your 3rd lever. Now, traditionally, you wouldn't have a 3rd lever in golf because you're looking for that power and accuracy. However, I'm just purely hitting up on a golf ball. So therefore, when I'm trying to swing a golf club, not only do I want to turn, but at the same time as I'm releasing my hands on the way through, that's kind of the power. You want to create that leg, but at the same time, I'm going to be trying to add that extra power towards the end. And these need to be stronger. As well as what I'll talk about in my golf swing in a minute, when I get incredibly tired or I've hit a few shots, my grip goes from there, holding the golf club, to there, just so that I can purely don't let go of it. Because I think that I'm getting to a speed where I'm trying to really go at the golf ball. If I'm holding it here with this weak grip, I feel like the club's just going to fly out my hands. So therefore everything comes round, which in turn causes problems in my golf swing, making it go straight and high and the correct impact factors. Also, let me show you my kit that I've got. Okay, so this is what I bought for £16 on Amazon. Let me give you a demonstration of what I think each of these do. Pow! So all joking aside, I feel like grip strength is a massive thing, trying to get that stronger and being able to hold the golf club properly and not cheating to having this kind of strong grip. So this swing went up to Oxford Golf Centre last night, which again, thank you ever so much to Mark for helping me out. He's given me 3 range balls and let me hit drivers as hard, as fast as I can down his range, which isn't the case at most driving ranges. So, got to play a bit with the American Golf boys. Don't worry, I won't show you bad swings, but that was really good fun. They've got the GC2, which is really good. So we were looking at some numbers. Mark gave me this incredible Tensei orange shaft and driver M2 2016 combo, which I was carrying at 320 consistently. It felt like a rod. I'll do a video on it actually. It's really interesting considering technology versus shaft. I literally just put it in the hand and it just went like fire. Anyway, so there's a few of the swings with the boys the evening before. And the only problem with that is that I spent 2 hours before my lessons in the morning hitting balls in the net, which is probably about 150 odd drives. I then spent around hitting 50, 60 balls with the boys with the GC2, going flat out at it. And then I had 100 balls to basically what you are seeing now, 100 balls, just normal practice. And I was proper gassed. And this is where all the errors were coming in my swing and my grip, is because everything was getting really strong. You can see how shut the club face is at the top of the golf swing. And I'm basically hitting snap hooks, massive pushes, because I'm basically backing out of it. Comparing to obviously my last or 2 vlogs ago, where weak grip, I was fresh as a daisy, and the club was coming down on the right line. Now I do understand obviously that in competition I'm not necessarily going to be hitting 100 balls before it, but I think my endurance needs to get up. I need to be able to practice under these conditions. I need to be able to practice for 2-3 hours and still create the same kind of technique and impact factors. Otherwise, after 4 days of competing or whatever it is, I'm going to feel fatigued somehow. So I need to make sure that my endurance is up there. Yes, I want to be putting out max effort and like power at the golf ball, but at the same time I need to be able to be training endurance wise. And I found that with my gym as well. The more I gym, the harder and longer I can work, as well as obviously putting maximum effort in at a time and not being blown out after 20 minutes, 25 minutes in the gym. So I definitely feel my club head is a lot quicker than it ever has been. Just purely from my base, from my legs, I feel like I'm allowed to shift my weight a lot more. I definitely haven't got the left foot thing down yet. I think again that's something that's going to naturally incorporate itself into my swing and routine. Sorry, and I haven't really felt the benefit, because to be perfectly honest, when I've been testing on the GC2, I've been swinging the club just as fast with both my feet on the ground as I have been using that left foot. So that's the technique side of it. I need to learn a lot more. I'm sure I need to learn a hell of a lot more in terms of the golf swing, in terms of hitting the ball a lot further. And it's basically undoing everything I've ever learned about a golf swing normally, where you're trying to keep consistent, you're trying to keep your sternum centered, and everything else to try and hit consistent strikes, whereas now I'm purely going for that one shot glory, 450 yards. Overall, really happy with my progress. I feel better. I've got 10 times more energy. I feel motivated. I just want to constantly practice and get under it. I've started to get blood blisters on my hands, so I'm probably going to have to start wearing 2 gloves. But it just shows how much I'm working at it, how much I want it, and hopefully you guys are enjoying these kind of videos. And it'd be great in a year, 2 years' time, when I take my first title, and that is the goal, European long drive next year, if not next year, the year after, where I can hopefully bring back the win, and we can look where I've come from to where I am and then push on from there as well. Bit of a different style vlog today, guys. Obviously it's my day off, back at home, resting / not resting, and I hope you enjoyed this style. That's about it. Be back on the range tomorrow. I've got a very interesting addition to the vlog soon in terms of capturing club data and ball data, which should make it a lot more interesting, informative for you guys, and I'll be really excited to show you that. Guys, see you guys there.